Avery County Schools Spotlight on Education is brought to you by John and Hank Phillips of Avery County Tire and Service in Newland, your tire and car service specialists.
Michelin makes some of the most fuel-efficient tires on the road, so you can take the pump down. Find out how much you can save at MichelinMan.com. Michelin, a better way forward.
Avery Tire and Service has served Newland, Avery County, and the entire High Country for the last 50 years. Family owned and operated, John and Hank Phillips have put together an outstanding team of skilled personnel who can supply and fill all of your automotive and truck needs. Located in the center of Newland, Avery Tire and Service is your local supplier for Michelin tires, as well as the supplier for all the top brands for every part of your vehicle. From tires to brakes, from oil changes to any kind of car or truck service, Avery Tire and Service can do it all, and always at the very highest level of friendliness and quality. If a business has been around for 50 years, then they obviously must be the best at what they do. Avery Tire and Service in Newland, still proudly serving you and all of the High Country.
Welcome to another edition of the Superintendent Spotlight on Education in Avery County. And with me today is our Conference and Regional Golf Championship team, who represented us in the state and finished at the top of the leaderboard when it comes to regular public schools, right, fellas?
Yes, sir.
we beat everybody with charter schools, the golf capitals of the world. So we're very appreciative of the way you've represented our school system and our community. And let's start off by just introducing yourself and tell us what grade you're in. Start off here with Grayson.
My name's Grayson. I'm a freshman.
I'm Chance Watson. I'm a senior.
Martin Lehman, junior.
Austin Daniels, junior.
Okay, so we've got a lot of folks coming back. Chance, you the only senior, you and Daniel.
Me and Daniel, yes, sir.
Okay, so a lot of opportunity for the future. Now, you won the conference by how many strokes, Chance? It was a bunch, wasn't it?
Like 23 or something like that.
23 strokes in the conference, won the regionals by seven strokes. And Chance, you were, if I'm not mistaken, the regional golfer of the year, won the tournament?
Yep, yes, sir, that's
and
right.
And that tournament was where?
At Linville.
Linville.
Yep.
Now, how many people get to play Linville?
Not very many. We're very fortunate.
Yeah. So our home course is where?
Mountain Glen.
Mountain Glen. Okay. So we practice there how often, Chance?
I guess we start about March, late March, and then we'll practice there year-round.
Okay. So how often, Martin, how often do you practice golf getting ready for a season to begin?
We try to be out there as much as we can. We're hitting indoor driving ranges, hitting the gyms, trying to get everything ready before season starts.
And where do we have an indoor driving range? Where do we do that?
At the ROTC building at the high school. They let us go in and practice when the weather's not good to go outside.
Okay, I've just learned something. Maybe I can help my golf game. We don't have a whole lot of outside practice time, do we?
No, sir.
Not in the spring.
Grayson, golf season starts for the men when?
We start first practice around February. But we can't play up here at Mountain Glen. We have to go down the mountain to Linville Falls and places down there that are open year round.
And when does Mountain Glen open, Chance?
I think it opens April, maybe the first weekend in April, something like that.
So we really don't have a home course until we're, what, about halfway through the season?
Yes, sir.
And start over here and talk to us about what's your favorite course you've ever played?
I'd definitely say Old Linville.
Okay.
I love the way it's laid out. It's a very beautiful place to get to play. Very lucky to get to play there.
Yes, and Martin, what about you?
I enjoyed playing. I played a Hall of Fame World Golf Village in Florida. That was a lot of fun. Good layout. Good course.
Okay.
I was actually very fortunate to get the caddy at Diamond Creek this year.
Oh, really?
Last summer, so we got to play that on the day it was closed. It's a very nice course. I love playing it.
Okay. And Grayson, what about you?
I'm probably with Austin. I like to play. Linville is probably the nicest course I've ever played, as far as just from around here.
What's the toughest course you've ever played?
Definitely Linville.
Oh, is it? Chance, what about you?
Diamond Creek.
Diamond Creek?
Yeah, Tom Fazio.
Is it tight?
Yeah, it's tight. I mean,
I don't need
you gotta,
to play there, so.
yeah, you gotta manage your shots definitely.
Okay. What about you, Martin?
We had a pretty tough course last year, state championships. Real prime conditions. We weren't quite used to it, but it was a good course.
Was that at Pinehurst also?
Actually, it was Chapel Hill Country Club.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Austin, what about you? Toughest one?
Definitely Landville.
Okay.
You really have to be careful with your shots. You have to be able to hit good shots all the time. You can't mess up there.
You have driven around on a golf cart, but not, with a golf club. They won't let me drive a golf club there, just the cars. That would be tough. Chance, what got you interested in golf? I know your dad was a great baseball player.
Yeah, yes, sir.
In high school.
I actually did play baseball all the way until I got into about 7th grade, and my brother started playing golf. And him and my brother and my grandpa, they started going all the time. And I was like, Dad, I want a set of clubs. And so, because, I've always looked at my brother. He's an inspiration to me. And so Dad got me a set of clubs, and ever since then, I've just stuck with it.
Okay. Grayson, what about you? What got you interested in golf?
Whenever I was probably about 6, my dad, he first started playing golf, and I didn't really care much for it until really I got to about the 5th grade, and I really wanted a set of clubs, which I'm left-handed, so it was harder to find a set. So he had to go to Dick's and just got a small set, and I only had 3 or 4 clubs. I was good at it then. It was fun to go out and hang out with my dad, have a good time out there at Mountain Glen. And ever since then, the older I got, the bigger set of clubs I got, and the more I wanted to go play.
Were you the only lefty on the team?
Yeah, other than Coach Phil.
Okay, so you got a coach who can help you a little bit,
yeah,
being a left-handed.
He relates to me a lot.
Okay, I understand that being left-handed is kind of hard because most of the instructional videos and things like that are for right-handed.
Yeah.
What got you interested, Austin?
My dad's actually the superintendent at Sugar Mountain, so I can remember being on the golf course since I was little. Just always something I enjoyed.
And Martin, what about you?
My older sister, she actually started the women's golf team at the high school.
Okay.
She started that her freshman or sophomore year, and then that kind of flowed over into me and got me inspired.
Well, you have a unique perspective on athletics. Not only you're a golfer, I understand you're a pretty good skier.
Oh, yes, sir. Big alpine ski racer. We ski almost year-round. Whenever we're not skiing, trying to play as much golf as we can.
Now, how do you mix golf and skiing? That looks like 2 sports that are not connected whatsoever.
Well, my height definitely helps in both of them. In golf, it allows me to have a big swing arc. Allows me to hit the ball pretty far. And then in skiing, having long legs also allows me to pressure my legs through the turn, be more efficient with my energy.
I can't understand any of that because I'm not tall in anything. So and Chance, you think that helps you too with being as tall as you are?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it has its advantages and disadvantages just like anything else, but ultimately I think it does.
Now, not only are you a golfer, you're a pretty good basketball player.
I guess, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the basketball season this year.
Man, we were blessed, honestly. I mean, our coach was great. I think he was very underrated until this year. Everybody realized how good he was, and we actually made it. We went undefeated in conference. We were conference champs, conference tournament champs, and then we were regional runner-ups. We went to the Final Four, and so we were really blessed this year.
Pretty exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah, it was awesome.
It was a great year. Athletically, I mean, golf team, we win the region and go to the state tournament and have to play a really tough course. And would you say, Austin, the heat impacted you a little bit in Pinehurst?
Definitely heat and humidity.
How hot was it down there?
It was in the 90s both days, mid-90s at least.
And in Avery County, you've seen 90, one time in 20 years?
Maybe.
Something like that. So I was a little bit concerned about that. So the heat was not too good for us down there.
Yes, sir. It's tough.
Grayson, what are we going to do to win the thing next year? Got any advice?
Practice hard.
Practice hard.
Stick with it.
Okay. And Martin, what about you? Any advice as we get ready for another golf season?
I think we'll all need to prepare psychologically for those conditions. We were under a lot of pressure, but I think next year, if we make it, we'll be able to control ourselves a little better.
Austin, what about you? What are you going to do to get ready for next year?
Practice harder through the winter, keep myself prepared, keep myself in good golfing condition.
Now, Chance, you won't be on this team, but your golf career is not over. Tell us what you're going to do next year.
All right, so next year I'm going to Appalachian State to play golf. I was very blessed, and Coach Dacus gave me an opportunity to go over there, and looking forward to it.
Now, you told me something I didn't know. Golf season in college is just about year-round.
Yes, sir. Right? I think it's fall and spring, but we'll take a little bit of a break in the wintertime and just practice up.
And Boone, you need a little break in the winter.
Yeah, definitely.
Hard to play golf in Boone in the wintertime. So, well, gentlemen, I want you to know how proud we are of you and how much we appreciate the way you've represented our school system, and we wish you nothing but the best. Thank you for being here
Thank you.
today.
Avery County Schools Spotlight on Education is brought to you by John and Hank Phillips of Avery County Tire and Service in Newland, your tire and car service specialists.
Michelin makes some of the most fuel-efficient tires on the road, so you can take the pump down. Find out how much you can save at MichelinMan.com. Michelin, a better way forward.
Avery Tire and Service has served Newland, Avery County, and the entire High Country for the last 50 years. Family owned and operated, John and Hank Phillips have put together an outstanding team of skilled personnel who can supply and fill all of your automotive and truck needs. Located in the center of Newland, Avery Tire and Service is your local supplier for Michelin tires, as well as the supplier for all the top brands for every part of your vehicle. From tires to brakes, from oil changes to any kind of car or truck service, Avery Tire and Service can do it all, and always at the very highest level of friendliness and quality. If a business has been around for 50 years, then they obviously must be the best at what they do. Avery Tire and Service in Newland, still proudly serving you and all of the High Country.